can't find Omar's Clavamox or whatever it is, his antibiotics. Can you believe that shit? And then I got my mom saying, we took Angel today. Another over $300 out of my mom's pocket. Because they had to do new stuff, start fresh, you know. They didn't do another ultrasound, but nicer at this place. I don't like the attitude of that other person. I did not. My mom ever told me how arrogant he was, and she, you know, and he didn't even show the stones. They took an X-ray here, and they actually showed us all the stones. They cared enough to do that. The other vet, to me, I just didn't like his attitude. I'm still not understanding, because this vet said that Purina NF does dissolve the stones. I got people online saying it doesn't, you know. But you know what? Here they do Hills, not Purina. The other vet does Purina, and even the woman who takes care of Angel feels like, you know what? They put her on wet food, and under the circumstances when she's supposed to have a lot of water and stuff, it's probably much better for her. She's on the UR, the Hills UR, the cans. We bought them from the vets today when my mom bought them, but I asked him, like, you know, it's costing a lot of money. I said, can we order this online? And she's like, yeah, I can write you a prescription to get it online. She said Chewy, which is funny because that's who I use anyway. That's who I use. It's Chewy. I can't find Omar's medicine. And it could have got thrown away, and then I had to get up today, and I'm getting ready, and my mom's like, well, why don't you go get dressed, and I'll look for it, and then she doesn't want to look for it, and I know that's part of her illness, but I'm like, geez, Mom, you know, you say you'll look for it, because she went through the garbage. I don't know. I know I had to cut them open. They weren't in a bottle. They're just in a thing like this, you know, it's just for a week, and I don't know what happened to them. It's going to be so embarrassing if I don't find them, and then I have to go and get more. Yeah, there was a lot of things I didn't like about that other vet. Remember, Omar used to go to that place too. It's because that's where the dog woman went, so, you know, but, I don't know why the person who seems certain, who was back and forth with my dog food advisor, was saying that Purina doesn't get rid of the stones. But it's still better for her to be on Hills and have it be a wet, canned, I think, personally, especially when it's important to have a lot of water. I asked about the struvate versus the oxalate. Unlike what they said on the dog food advisor, that one person, nuts for cats or something, BC, I don't know what it was, but what she was saying, it is true that the diet that you use to dissolve the stones is a diet that would aggravate the oxalate, if it happens to be oxalate, which is, it's highly unlikely, but it's possible. Without a stone in their hand, they don't know what stones, but I got to see them. Poor Angel. The vet had us, I didn't want to. I bet my mom, she felt, you can feel the stone, she felt under the stomach, and my mom's like, I couldn't feel anything, but we got to see him. And I'm thinking, one of the things I said to my mom with that other vet, I'm like, so he went in another room and did an ultrasound and didn't show you any pictures or anything of the stones? She's like, no, just said she had stones. And I guess because they didn't do the ultrasound here, they needed to do an X-ray so they could, you know, see. They say, we're going to cross our fingers, people. You guys cross your fingers too. They should start dissolving a little bit with the food if, like, in a month. My mom, we have to go see her, bring her in a month. Should start dissolving. If they're the struvite, hopefully they're the struvite. And she isn't just Bichon, she's poodle too. This vet told you, yeah, she's poodle. She's poodle Bichon. I thought she was a Bichon, but different people have said, no, she's a Bichon poodle. You guys have seen her. She doesn't look like a Bichon completely, you know. So I got to see the stones inside of her. No, and poor little girl. I don't know what people do who don't have money. My mom has shelled out. She shelled out $300 for Omar too, which obviously I technically owe her. Just add it to the money I owe her. You know. That's it. I went to the bank and got compliments on this top I'm wearing. It's a beautiful day today. I didn't even need a jacket. I'm in the bank and she's like, the teller's like, why aren't you rebelling? Why are you wearing a jacket? And I'm like, well, I'm wearing a short sleeve top. And I showed it to her. She's like, oh, I like that. I'm going to have Omar do a fashion show for you guys with the clothes I bought for him at Walmart. And it does benefit him because last year he was shaking sometimes when we walked, so he was cold. I bought him a couple of sweaters and a jacket. And then I bought him the I Love Mummy thing. I don't know if it fit him. I have to try it on him just because I wanted it. I thought it was cute for Halloween. I just wanted it. Sweaters at Walmart are so cheap. I've gotten him one before. I still have it somewhere. They're so cute, and they're only $5, you know. I closed out my savings account. I had a couple hundred in there. I don't need to have a savings anymore when I don't have any money, you know. Savings was for when I had a substantial amount of money. Now I don't need to have a savings, so I closed it out. Transferred the money over. Need to order my mom those sneakers. Hopefully the $30 off coupon is still working. I don't know when it expired. I feel bad for Angel. And she's been on that Apoquel for years, and apparently, none of us understand this. Apparently the manufacturer just has difficulty keeping up with demand and making the Apoquel, and I'm like, what is it, like gold? And then the woman who takes care of Angel, like, you'd think that since they have a business, you'd think they would make more to make, it doesn't make sense, stupid Apoquel. They don't understand. The fact is, if she can't be on Apoquel, she can't be an Apoquel. We like this vet better. She's female and she's nice and she showed us the stones and she listened to me. I asked my question about the deal with the Purina or whatnot and how the food you put them on, if it's struvite, will actually aggravate, oxalate stones. But she says you don't have to worry so much about that with female dogs. So we're going to hope it. Unfortunately, if we're going to oxalate, and then apparently you can have oxalate inside of struvite or something. You know what I mean? If we can't dissolve the stones with food, she'll have to have operation. That sucks. She's never again going to be on the Blue Basic, and regardless, she's going to be on this prescription food, and then I guess you go on the prescription food for maintenance too, but we don't want her on the prescription food forever because it's not the best food, you know. So that's where we're going to look into doing other stuff. some kind of homemade diet, but you know, the woman take care of Angel can't deal with doing homemade diet. I don't know. I'm gonna look into maybe organic food that's designed for a dog prone to get those stones. I don't know. Like they said when they were ringing up my mom's over $300 bill. Good thing we love them, yeah. I don't know what people do who have no money. I'll leave it at that. In the car, my mom's like, I'm on medication. I shouldn't be under stress. Stress, I said to the woman who takes care of me, stress is a part of life. And that stranger, you know, who drove us to the vets the other day, you know, she doesn't even know me, and she's seeing how my mom's behaving, can't even figure out to get in the front seat of the car when I'm in the back with Omar and other crap, and his cage, his carrier thing, and she went to all 3 different doors, I mean, before going to the right door, and the woman says to me, while my mom's busy not getting in the car, and our appointment's like in a few minutes, and she's like, it must be really hard for you sometimes. She doesn't even know me, know my mom, and she recognized that. It was nice for someone to recognize that, a stranger. Of course, when I was telling stuff a little bit to the guy who wanted to put in the door, because he asked me shit or whatnot, I don't know, and then he said, oh, you must, something about you must resent your mother or whatever, you know. I don't know. She was weak and sick and whatever, even if she hadn't broken down. The way she behaved indicated sickness, even if she didn't have a official breakdown until, you know, or cheated on her when I was almost 11. I told you things she did when I was just a baby. I mean, that's not, somebody's all right in the head, you know. So, 4-year-old girl blown away by road rage guy. Pulled out a gun and blew away a 4-year-old girl. My mom saw that and she was like, this world's going to hell. I'm like, I know, Mom. I know. I know. I'm sure my mom feels naked without her phone, but you know, not my fault she broke her phone. Trying to shove the little thing in the end into the cell phone hole, you know. I mentioned that too because she was like, well, I'm not under any stress. Well, stress is a part of life, Mom. Look at all the stress we're under. Yeah, but you lost Omar's band. I know. I know. What happened to it? I don't know. I'm gonna look everywhere, and then I'll have to go through the garbage, same garbage she went through. But I'm more careful. I mean, I'm more observant. I just gave him his Robitussin DM. Did it a little better this time. Didn't get it so much all over his face. A little bit hungover, but not really. Well, this won't have to be age restricted because I didn't discuss any risque things and I didn't dress in a risque manner. Just giving you guys an update, anyone who cares. I want to let you know I got to see the stones inside of Angel. Almost not coughing anymore. Who knows if... I don't know if he's sick. I don't know what was wrong with him, so, you know. Antibiotics is the solution for everything. Be you human or be you animal, you know. Be you pet. Be that guy who blew away that 4-year-old girl. People are just mad. People are just mad, aren't they? More and more. So I was telling the woman, like, well, my mental illness prevents me from being able to drive anyway, but it wouldn't matter because there's tons of people that simply would love to drive but can't afford a car, you know? I don't care. I'm a different kind of person. I don't care that I don't drive. And she's like, yeah, and all the walking you do keeps you in shape. I'm like, yep, it does. That's for damn sure. I was telling her how, you know, people are, I'm glad I don't drive. People who drive are like, you know. And she's like, I know. She's like, I have a friend of someone who hit somebody, and they were in the wrong, the one driving the car. Like, I know, you can be, the other day I'm on the cross thing, and one person lets me go, and the other person doesn't. And they coming the other way, and people have gotten killed in that way. You know, it's just ridiculous. You know, when traffic's coming from both directions, so one direction lets you go, the other one doesn't stop. You know, it's like. And then I give the guy a look. I'm like, see, you're nice enough. You let me go. Might not have been on a crosswalk. Around here in Massachusetts, I learned that they do jaywalking, and the police don't say anything. In LA, you get a ticket, you get a $200 ticket for jaywalking. But whatever it was, the one guy let me go, the other people didn't. So I'm stuck in the middle of the road waiting, you know, to be able to just cross the goddamn street. Unreal. I don't care that I don't drive. It's too stressful. I'm happy to see my mom said the other day that she decided she's never going to drive again. I'm like, yeah, I'd already decided that for you, Mom. I'd already discussed it with my last therapist when you were talking about driving again. I was going to do everything I could to at least get them to retest you or whatnot, and not to just to let you drive. You know, because her license wasn't expired, so if she, you know, she can drive, you know. Her license I was going to report her for her own protection. I also told her, you guys know this, you guys know I've screamed out here about this. I would never drive with her, I told her, and tired. Well, and that takes care of that. I have to go and search for more antibiotics. want to have him do a fashion show for you guys. Toodaloo.